On this edition of Performance TV, we ask you this: have you ever seen a tire sock? We have one to show you. Tommy shows us an easy way to clean your cylinder filters. Kathy talks with our friends from Power Curve. Rod End Supply and the OPGI Restoration Tip, and much more coming right up here on Performance TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to Performance TV. If you're fortunate enough to live in a part of the country like I do, where we are soon going to be dealing with snow, and lots of it. You know, you wake up in the morning, there's 8 inches, you got to get to work. They haven't even begun to plow the streets yet. We have something to help you take care of getting to where you need to be. And we've brought in Pierre from IC by Shark. And Pierre, this would be similar to like a tire snow chain.
Absolutely. This is the same use. We've been using them for more than 10 years in Europe.
Snow sock. That's
snow socks. Yeah.
Snow sock. And you don't really think about putting socks on your vehicle, but this can just help you cut right through that and get down the road.
Absolutely. And probably socks because it's very easy to use actually and to set like socks. It's super easy. So that's why we call them snow sock.
And lightweight. Now,
absolutely.
You folks have even won an award for this too.
Absolutely. That was an innovation award a couple of years ago. Absolutely, in the US.
You know, there's all different obviously vehicles, from SUVs to your all-wheel drives to your just regular passenger car like we have with us today. These come in lots of different sizes.
Only 6 sizes actually covers the entire market, so it's another advantage. Just 6 sizes cover it all. So.
Well, you know what? I want to take a look at how easy this really is to put on. You know, you think about you got to get up in the morning, you got to hurry up and throw these on, or you know, coming out of the office at night. So we just slide this over and.
Yes.
All right. Well,
come on.
Let's take a look here.
Let's try it.
You know, in some vehicles. Like this one are going to have less clearance when you get up in the wheel well like this.
Yes.
So we'll not put it on all at once. We'll just get it started, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Actually, the little clearance is another advantage. You don't need a huge clearance to set them up.
All right.
Even with exotic cars, it could work. So it's.
So we just pull the car forward then a little bit?
Perfect.
You guide me up there, Pierre?
Yeah. Come in, come in, come in. More. Stop.
All right.
Perfect, Kathy.
Now, do we need to be concerned whether or not this is all centered right now?
It's really fine because it's going to self-center when you drive, actually. So it's really fine like this. Just after a few meters, it's going to self-center. It's all right.
So this is something that we can just leave on throughout the snow. Is this something that's like reusable, washable, that type of thing?
Absolutely. You can reuse them. It's a long-lasting product, actually, and also it's washable. It's light. It's very easy. That's the beauty of it.
and they come in pairs, so you just order the size that you need for your vehicle, and you'll have both of them. You have a nice little pack to put it in when you take them off and they're done, so that way they don't mess up the inside of your vehicle. Thank you very much, Pierre. You know what? This isn't the only product that this company offers, and Tommy has more.
You're right, Kathy. Not only does Shark have the U.S. patent on the snow sock, they manufacture a full line of abrasives. I'm with Dino from Shark. What all do you make?
We're a manufacturer of cutoff wheels, surface conditioning, and grinding discs, mini grinding discs.
You've been making these for what, over 20 years now?
Over 20 years, yes. We've been in business for over 30 years.
Right, all manufactured in the USA, not
sir.
imports, not stuff we've had shipped in. You make this yourself.
We convert the surface conditioning. We make the cutoff wheels from raw materials, yes.
Well, you have a new product, the flap disc here. Tell me what sets yours apart from the others.
The plastic trimmable flap disc, basically the difference between the competitors and ours is that we have the turbo, we call the turbine cooling system, where it draws in air while you're grinding, so then it generates less heat, less bluing on the steel.
Right, it's gonna work better by its cooling itself. Yeah. Right, now you carry a full line of stuff. You also have a full welding supply catalog.
Correct.
A little bit of everything. One thing I like, you have an abrasive pack, a little gift pack. They can get this for free on your website?
Absolutely. They just have to contact Shark, call us on our 800 number, and it's listed on the website.
Right.
And they can order sample packs and they can try our products out.
Give your products a try, see how great they work. Folks, check it out, sharkind.com. Give their products a whirl, get your free catalog, free sample pack. We'll be back with more Performance TV right after this.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Assenmacher Specialty Tools, professional tools for the professional technician. Black Magic Brakes, they aren't really magic, it just seems that way. Low-Car, quality plain and simple. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Whether it's a go-kart, late model, sprint car, drag car, or off-road like our rock crawler we have here, Rod End Supply has something for you. And Bob Douglas, thank you for joining us here today. You do everything from what we're seeing here to even going into space.
Yes, we make a wide variety of products for a wide variety of applications.
Absolutely, and as we've seen before, but I want to remind folks, the principle behind what makes Rod End Supply work so well, last so long, and keep the dirt out.
Yes, what we do is we have a one-piece body. The ball is inserted into the slot, and then we injection mold the nylon fiber material around the ball. It keeps the dirt out, it's self-cleaning, self-lubricating, doesn't beat out like a Teflon liner would. And it doesn't get really loose and free like a two-piece type rod end.
Right, like, you know, like some of the stuff that we've seen on our rock crawler we have in here today. I mean, this is bad.
Very bad.
And you have something for all different types of applications. Like we even mentioned some of the ones, you have a lot to choose from in your catalog, but you have a lot of one-offs that you've done special for companies as well.
Yes, we've done quite a few different one-off pieces before. We make a part for the NASCAR industry, which uses our nylon fiber construction, but it's got a high misalignment ball in it that we developed by pressing stainless steel spacers in it that do not come out. We've also done some other things. This happens to be a part that we made for the SpaceX program, and this goes on their rockets.
Wow, like I said, even going into space. But speaking of space, this thing likes to try to get through specific spaces and crawl around on rocks. Hey, why don't you go over there, Bob, and see if Tommy could use a little help and get some expertise on changing those out.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
Doing good. I got things loosened up. I just want to break this jam nut loose before I pull it out. Makes it a lot easier. There we go. All right, got that loose, so it'll be easy to get it off once we get the bar out of there. Now, the key to making the suspension work well, the rod end's got to move. Everything's got to work and move smoothly, and rod ends can be a big factor of that, can't they, Bob?
Absolutely.
We got to pull this nut off, and then we're ready to take that out. What I like is you don't have to disassemble everything to change the rod ends. All right, we're getting there.
Need any more help over there, Tommy?
Oh, we're just about, there we go.
Ah, okay.
Fell right out. All right, all we gotta do is pull this bar down and spin this out, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Boy, it is a little worn out, isn't it?
Now, the high misalignment spacers that we're using in that is the stainless steel.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull them out while I put it in, make it easier so I don't lose them.
Yeah, the ones that came out of there were a mild steel, which they work as well too. The stainless steel doesn't rust, which makes it nice.
All right, we'll put these back in there, slide it up, and put our bolt back. Well, yeah, we're close.
I was gonna say, it looked like it was starting to go, so.
Yeah, zipped in there. Look at that, fell right in.
All right.
All right, we'll put our nut washer back on here. And then once I get it all tightened up, I'll tighten the jam nut, right?
Good idea.
Get it all on there, all right. Now, I'm gonna run this jam nut down, tighten it up, make sure everything swivels good, nice and free.
Right.
Before we finish tightening, right?
Yep. And then we can always replace the other end too.
We've got to replace a whole bunch more, but we got to take a break. So we'll be back with more Performance TV right after this.
It's definitely one of the most popular modifications people are doing to their classic muscle cars is overdrive transmissions. Now the problem with that is people want to use the original shifters and they don't properly work with a modern transmission. So OPGI has an answer for that. We offer shifter conversion kits for overdrive. This is an example of our 64 to 67 early Chevelle and 6872 later Chevelle. So we're going to do a quick install on one of the D10s to show you what basically goes into converting your original shifter to accept this transmission. It's real simple. You could just use basic hand tools. We remove the old detent, which is just bolted on. Pull this out, and the new shifter conversions do come with all the proper hardware you need to do this. The new detent bolts exactly in the same location as the old one. You grab your hardware. Now you could definitely do this with the shifter in the car. You don't have to remove it. Or if you're doing a brand new conversion, then of course the bench would always be the easiest thing to do. And on the shifter part, it's as simple as that. It gives you your park, neutral, first, low, and then your overdrive gears on there. It comes with all the hardware you need, the shifter cable brackets, the indicator lenses, and instructions. So if you need to do that to your car and you're interested in keeping it original but using the modern mechanics, this is the way to go. So for this part and more information on these parts, visit our website, opgi.com.
Performance TV, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Performance TV. If you've got a canister style air filter and you're out in the dirty environment, it seems like you're replacing that filter all the time. Well, on today's show, we've got a really simple and easy to use product. It's not going to make that filter perform better, it's going to make it last a lot longer. Jake, from Air Filter Blaster, this is a really simple product that's going to extend the life of the air filter?
Absolutely. This is the Air Filter Blaster. It's just a fast, effective, but safe way to clean the canister filters that come in the large pieces of equipment, air filtration systems such.
Now, how's it work?
Takes the same compressed air as you do with your air wands, except you can supply whatever pressure you want here. We're going to internally regulate it down here down to a low, safe pressure.
Right. Now, I see in our race shop, we've got an air filtration system where we grind clutch discs. Those filters are filthy all the time. I see guys banging them on the ground and blowing them out with the air hose, but they're never really clean.
Exactly, and that's where this premise came up with, is we needed something safer than what we're doing. Banging it out on the ground, taking a high pressure air wand to it is, first off, it's not effective like you said, plus it's not safe. You can damage that filter on the sides of it when you're banging it on the ground. You can tear a piece of the element when you got that high pressure on there. So that's where this product comes into play. It does it safely and effectively.
Right, and they're blowing it on the outside, trying to blow it through it. Well, that's what the filter's for. We're trying to keep the stuff from going inside.
That's the funny part, when you see guys trying to push it from the outside and thinking they're going to get it out. It's not going to happen. So this product actually sits on the inside of the filter and pushes the air back through where it came from. So we're going to remove the dirt from the same place it came from.
Yeah, we get it back out of there.
Exactly.
Now, it's a nice kit. What's all the kit come with?
Absolutely. This is the portable unit. This one here will do anything from 3 inches wide to 12 inches wide, and from about 3-4 inches tall to 27 inches tall.
Right, it's very versatile. Comes in a carrying case, so you don't have to use it in the shop. You can take it out in the field or wherever you're at.
Exactly, and that's what we want people to do. It'll run all the way down to 90 PSI, so you can do it right out in the middle of a cornfield, right out in the middle of a quarry, wherever you're at.
Right, now it has options. Let's say you got a different size filter. It's very versatile, but there's also other options here that if you have a small filter, large filters, you've thought of everything.
Correct. The equipment changes in size. So the 6 inches comes standard with it, which is a high horsepower stuff. But we've also got it for 3 inch, 4.5, and 9 inch. So we can accommodate pretty much any size piece of equipment.
Well, it's a really neat product, really simple to use. Let's see how it works.
Absolutely.
Now, Jake, this is not only a safe way to clean the air filter, it's also really effective and efficient. Will make this filter last a lot longer.
Absolutely. Take the same air as you do with your air wand.
Right, just plug it in with the air.
Absolutely.
You can get air off of vehicles that have an air supply, or you can have an air hose.
Absolutely. Set it on here, so we're going to keep all that dirt and dust that we kick out of here out of the middle where we intended to.
Right, and the lid basically seals off the cleaner, air filter, so it blows it out.
Correct, correct. Everything's going to come from the inside out.
All right, let's see this thing work.
All right.
Oh, man. That's some dirt. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. We can do this here. We can clean a filter in 30 to 45 seconds typically.
Wow, I'm impressed. Look at the dirt from all that thing.
You know, you do this a couple times, at least once a day, you're going to find your piece of equipment run a whole lot more efficiently.
That filter was doing its job, obviously.
Absolutely.
And now we're getting all that out of there, and then, you know, you do that a couple times, all this dirt, look at all that stuff out of there. And it's going to be basically a brand new filter. It's going to last a lot longer than replacing them all the time.
Absolutely. The whole idea was to make this not only the safer way to do it, but an efficient way to do it. So a farmer, the guy running the bulldozer, he can do this as many times as he wants during the day. That piece of equipment will run a lot more efficiently, a lot cooler, maintain its horsepower.
And you're going to be replacing your filters a lot less often.
Absolutely.
Right, it's going to perform better. You're not going to have to buy them all the time. And it's a safe way of doing it.
Absolutely. A lot of safety has went into this. This rotor head here, everything is designed to keep pressure low and in constant motion, so we never have a direct blast of air onto that filter.
Man, that thing is impressive. I'll tell you what, we'll be right back with more Performance TV. Check out airfilterblaster.com. That thing's amazing.
Thank you.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by AP Laser, leading the way. Clamp Tight, the clamp making tool. Fat Cat Customs, the Mid-South's #1 clear bra installer. And by Steel Rubber, quality crafted rubber parts and weather stripping.
This car is a 1955 Chevy. I've owned it for 18 years. It's a House of Color, Sunset Pearl, and Tangelo mix, 50-50. Back in the 1970s, I wanted an orange crate bicycle by Schwinn, and Mom and Dad couldn't afford that bicycle, so I decided to build my own. I took the Schwinn emblems off the back of the banana seat and put them into the seat design, and I have a little Schwinn touches here and there just to, you know, kind of bring out the old orange crate idea. I drive it regularly, so I can't just have a drag-only car. I got to be able to use it on the street. Makes more sense to me, and I'm not Daddy Warbucks, so I got to have a multi-purpose vehicle. You know, it's just I'm having a blast with it. It's been 1046 at 128. It goes faster every time we've been to the track, so we're still tuning on it. The car is all steel, all real glass, weighs 3,680 pounds with me in it, so it's heavy. It performs really well for a heavy car.
Welcome back to Performance TV. More and more folks are getting into the workhorse that diesels are. And this may be a brand new one, but there's no better time to start your preventative maintenance than right off the bat. And Will, I see you have your ASE nice jacket on there. You can go ahead and take that off. These lights get a little hot in here. But Power Curve, and we've had a chance to see some of the great stuff that this product does, but for the folks who haven't, they're going to help us out with eliminating friction.
Right, friction is one of the worst things you can have in any piece of equipment, no matter what part of it is. We'll start this with just a little sample here of straight motor oil. Same thing you'd go down to the parts store and buy. Both these surfaces on this are bearing seals, bearing surface. Now for every pound of pressure up here puts 100 pounds of pressure down here. The ammeter shows how much power it takes to overcome the friction that's generated. Straight motor oil runs about 1,500 pounds and it loses all of its viscosity. But in just that little short time, what it's done to this bearing is it's gouged it out.
Oh, wow, big time. So
Pretty
this
rough
is
surface.
representing what's going on possibly in our motor with using just the regular motor oil.
Right. This is our XP12, which is a metal treatment that goes in lubricating fluids. Doesn't change the viscosity of the fluid, doesn't change the added package in the fluid. So you can use it literally anything. Right there is where motor oil failed. And I go ahead and put 5 or 6 times the pressure that motor oil had. No noise, and the ammeter hasn't moved, the motor hadn't installed.
Yeah, definitely not hearing the noise.
So after all that real rough surface that we had just a minute ago is now a nice, smooth, polished surface that can be lubricated.
And is this something that kind of soaks into the...
Actually, at about 160 degrees, the pores in the metal start to open up, and when they do, this actually penetrates into the metal and gets entrapped in those pores.
Well, you know, this isn't the only product that Power Curve has, and we're talking about our diesel here. Why don't we check out some of the other stuff? Tommy's got more on that.
As you've seen on our shows in the past, Power Curve has a full line of products for whatever vehicle you have. There's the injector cleaner and the gas booster. There's the metal treatment for your ATV, motorcycle, your snowmobile, whatever. They've also got that covered in the marine department. They've got a metal conditioner and a fuel treatment. But how about the AC treatment? We did that on the show, and as you saw, the air coming out of the vent, the temperature was dramatically decreased.
Oh, that's quite an array of products and things that you cover with Power Curve. We have our diesel back here, and sometimes when you go to get fuel, you just really never know what you're getting.
Right, your diesel XP, especially for the ultra-low sulfur, the biggest problem usually is lubricity. And what we're going to show you here is the demonstration of what we did before, is the lubricating value of this diesel product. Now that's straight diesel XP in there. And we noticed we set a baseline a while ago for motor oil. And if you go with the diesel XP, right there is where the motor oil failed. So being that the motor oil has failed there, it's a better lubricant. There's twice the pressure that motor oil takes. It's a better lubricant than motor oil is. Even when it starts to gall, it goes away.
Now you have another demonstration that a lot of times that you will show to people. I mean, what's that all entail?
Well, yes, that's a what we call a smoke demonstration. What that does is that literally lights up the diesel XP and collects the smoke on the wheel.
Okay.
And by doing that, it shows that the smoke is actually a better lubricant than motor oil. Now, what that tells you is that you're going to have a better lubricating value from the smoke than you actually get from motor oil. Okay, so you're lubricating your rings, your upper cylinders, you're lubricating the turbo side, you're literally lubricating everything on the exhaust side of your engine.
And I noticed that it doesn't take a whole lot of the product, just an ounce for every 10 gallons of diesel. And as Tommy mentioned, all of the different product lines you cover for marine, taking care of your air conditioning, and so much more. You want to find out more about the line of products, where can we do so?
That would be www.powercurve.net.
All right, and that's all we have time for this week, folks. Thanks for joining us. See you next time around here on Performance TV.